What's up, guys? It's James. We're talking about our collections at some point, probably this week. We've had some questions about how we organize our collections, so I was just gonna kind of walk you through my collection, how I have it organized, and what I use, and let you guys see. So I'm gonna flip you around, and we'll kind of work through my office here. So first up is the software that I use. It's Echo MTG. Lets you add cards up in here. You can sort your cards by price, by if they're moving up or down, what the percentage gain over what you paid is for the card, how much you bought it for, when you bought it. Really helps me have 73,000 cards entered in my inventory, so it helps me keep everything organized. In front of my computer here, move the stuff out of the way, I have a card tray that I use for sorting. Right now I've got some Commander Legends stuff in there from the collector box I opened. Let you put everything in piles, organize stuff alphabetically. This helps aid in that organization. Next to it on the ground over here, I have a little rolly cart. It's got some binders in the bottom. Most of those binders are empty. The only one that has stuff in it is this guy here. And this just has all my kind of special cards, promos and expensive stuff that I would feel bad just keeping in a box. So that's what's in there. The shelf above it is where I keep my sleeves and stuff. I have just penny sleeves over here that I use. I'll show you how I use those in a minute. In the front here I keep Perfect Fits. I store most of my valuable foils in Perfect Fits, even in the box, just to help prevent warping. I live in South Carolina, so we have humidity is definitely an issue. So that's how I kind of organize that. Over here in these boxes, I just have like some tokens and stuff. Mainly those would be like aftermarket tokens or artist tokens or that sort of thing. And then on the side of this, I have hanging some of my favorite playmats. The ones that, don't really have some sort of meaning to me. I keep in a drawer in the other room. But these ones are ones that either have cool artwork or I got an event where I did good or, something along those lines. Moving over here is my entertainment center where I store most of my cards. Down here in the bottom, I have some sealed product from the vaults. There's a couple Commander decks in there, some of the new ones, the two from Zendikar. And then this one is the green-blue one from Commander Legends. And then I've got some sealed spell books over there that I haven't opened yet. Up top here is where I keep my sealed product. I've got a bunch of fat packs. I've got some boxes. Stuff that I really don't feel like opening or I think is potentially worth more sealed than open. As you probably noticed up here, I have long boxes. What I normally do is when I open a box, I'll cut the ends off the box and tape them right to a long box. And then that's where I store cards from individual sets. They're all alphabetically. So all of these boxes have cards from those sets alphabetically. And then, like I said, anything that's a foil that's, reasonably expensive, I have in a Perfect Fit also. Normally what I keep up top here is standard legal sets. I know there's Mystery Booster in there because it's just kind of chronological. But I try and keep standard stuff readily accessible for deck building because in the before times I played a lot of standard. I was kind of the standard guy on our team. So that's where I keep my standard legal cards. If I slide that guy over, I have a bunch of other long boxes in here. Again, a lot of them I have the ends of the boxes cut out and then taped on so I can identify them. A couple I don't for some reason. I don't think I opened a box of Modern Horizons. I drafted that set a lot and bought some booster packs and then just bought whatever singles I wanted, so I don't actually have a box end for that. The Modern Horizons boxes I bought I kept sealed. And then for some reason I don't have a M20 box either. And we got the rest of them. I haven't gotten around to taping them on all of them, and some of them are too old. I started collecting these boxes a while ago and I don't have enough. Down here is my older stuff, back from when either I got back into the game or beforehand when I used to play, or kind of just odds and ends sets. Like I don't have a lot of M12, M13, M14, so they're just kind of all in the same box. Same with Innistrad, Dark Ascension, Evason Restored. They're all kind of shoved together. And the bottom down there is just kind of a catch-all, empty boxes and stuff. That big box is kind of cool. I kind of wish I had dug that out to show you. That's Sentinels of the Multiverse. Kind of a deck building game. It's really cool if you haven't checked it out. But that's what this big box here is. Over in the corner, there's another sorting tray. And then next to my TV here, they're just empty Secret Lair boxes. There's nothing in them. I just really didn't have a good place to put them. Over behind this door, I have some more odds and ends. In here are land packs full of full art lands. There's another one behind it also that's full of land packs of full art lands from when I was cracking fat packs of Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch. This one up here is all top loaders for if I do a buy list order or send cards out on Cardsphere or something. They're all in here. And then the one behind it is just odds and ends sleeves from cards I bought on the internet and stuff. There's a playmat tube up there. This cup is just full of odds and end dice. In here I have a bunch of life pads and stuff, life counters, that sort of thing. That one's just kind of full of junk. Over here I got a bunch of deck boxes. Some of them are sealed that I picked up in the springtime when they were doing those, I think Channel Fireball was selling those Commander boxes, Command Zone in a box or Command Fest in a box or whatever. I bought a couple of those. And then just the rest of my deck boxes. I've got a bunch of sealed Commander decks because these things a lot of times are worth a whole bunch of money. So I started buying some of my favorites and just leaving them sealed. Here's some Commander decks that I have opened. They're in there. Kind of the bulk of my collection is down here. These are all of my favorite basic lands. Let's see if I can show you guys. We got Theros. We got Our Devastation. We got some betas. We got some unstables. We got some Zendikar Rising. Then over here, these ones in the front are all sleeved foil basics, all sorts of different ones that don't really fit into a good category. And then back here are kind of my favorite basics from each color. Moving this guy aside, I also have some random sleeve storage over here. And then these are kind of like long-term specs that I've got just kind of hidden away, not really in anything, so I forget about them. This other box here, let's see if I can get it out, is how I store my stuff that doesn't fit into the long boxes that I have. This is like a 3,000 count box or whatever, sorted by color. So these are all artifacts, black cards, blue cards, green cards, lots of green cards. I like green cards. Lands, Red cards, white cards. These are multicolored, and these are all promos, all F&M promos. And the way I organize them is that I kind of stole this idea from Brian, but they're alphabetical by color, and then all the play sets are grouped together in penny sleeves. So you can just go through, oh, there's my Amulet of Vigors. If I need them, I can, pull out 1 or 2 or 4, or however many I need. So they're all together. Moving down a little bit further, I have Dual Deck Anthology that's all sleeved up. Some of my family plays a little bit casually, and sometimes it's nice just to bust out a couple dual decks and play a game. I also have Commander Anthology and the second Commander Anthology down here, sealed up. I never opened them. Over here, this is a couple sleeved up Commander decks. Like I said, they're just precons. My family does play a little bit casually, so when they come to visit, I'll bust that out and we can play a game. In here is sleeved up dual decks, some of the older ones that I had kicking around that aren't part of the anthology. And then this one is all uncards. This one on the end here is all uncards. These boxes are kind of cool if you haven't seen them. I picked them up like back when I used to play forever ago. They're a Magic product, kind of like a long box, but much sturdier with some cool artwork on them. I actually think they're worth some money now. And then I have some random board games here on the bottom. Captain Sonar is a good one if you've got some friends available. It plays best with like 6 or 8 people. You play on 2 teams, and each person is a submarine captain, or each team is a submarine, and you play different roles on the submarine. That's pretty cool. And then on the bottom down here, I have some Zombicide and Massive Darkness. There's a Black Plague is in there somewhere too. Oh yeah, right here. It's Black Plague. And that's about it. Oh, one more thing. Hidden back there, I have some Magic stuff that needs to be hung up. I wore the Spark foil sheets down there. I've got some John Avon prints way down there. Just stuff waiting for frames I haven't got around to. And then in here, in this closet hanging up, I've got the backpacks I use for traveling. There's 3 different ones. That one's really good for taking a GPS. It's small, compact, easy to keep track of. You really don't want to be carrying around massive amounts of your collection when you're at a GP, so that's the one that I usually carry with me. And then this is the one I usually bring to F&M. It's got room for a couple more decks if I want to, bring a couple Commander decks with me and a standard deck and a modern deck. I can fit them all in there pretty easily. That's about it. We'll go over all this stuff on the show at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.